SOPA.
PRQR.
NOMD. HSHP.
DJT.
LWLG EYPT
DJT.
ATNF SMR
GXAI. DGHI.
Northeast ARR SNCY XLTA
ATNF.
HDSN
ATNF.
GSIT NEAR
Drug. Big spread. Drug.
Quad CYH MRKR NPWR TDSS SNCY ULTA ARR BWXT
Drug. Big spread.
SMR
Drug.
GSIT
Watch the spread. Drug. Big spread.
JAX
Drug. Watch the spread.
Quad
Drug. Big spread. STEC.
NKTX LTBR NXE LTBR
STEC.
WWXT SATA
Drug. STEC.
DCGO AAL LWLG Scribe LTBR
STEC.
HDSN
STEC.
GSIT
STEC. STEC.
BWXT ANNS DRVR
STEC.
R CYH
STEC.
BLRX NOMD
STEC,
OSW,
STEC,
STEC,
STEC, STEC,
CJET, TBI, BWST, GSIT,
HRTX, ATNF,
OSW, CNN, CYH, BED, CHRO, AALR, BSEC, LUCD, DWXT, MHUA, OSS, DAR,
DS,
HSHP, HDSN,
drug,
KOD,
drug, WBD,
GSIT,
DS,
BIAF, IOMP,
drug,
ARR, CNN,
drug,
OSW, INFY, BWXT,
STEC,
OWLT,
WBD,
WAN,
STEC, STEC,
ARBK, SNCY, DARD,
KOD,
OSW, IONQ, BWXT, DEA,
STEC, STEC,
BIAF, EOLS,
STEC, STEC,
BAN, TTMI,
STEC,
KRNY, ARR, L,
BSME,
NYMT, OSW, MRKR,
STEC,
BIAF,
STEC,
WBA, IMBT, LUCD, HDSN, CNN, ARR,
BSME, drug,
INFY, ARNY, NOMD,
drug,
Zero, HUD,
Duo,
IMVT,
ATNF,
BSDC,
BS, ATNF, drug, ATNF, ATNF, drug, ATNF,
LEN,
STEC, drug,
BIBI,
big spread, drug,
BLRS,
drug, big spread,
BYH, LWLG, ARR, LEN, BLRS, IMDT, BYBN, TBS,
drug, ATNF,
WGR. Packs.
BSME, BS,
IMVT, CNNE. EYPT.
STEC,
QUBT.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out Artlist. With amazing new music added daily and one simple license that covers all
BSME.
your creative needs.
Less than 10 minutes to the
Artlist
U.S. markets close.
BSME,
Zero. BLRS. SNCY. CBD. Way.
ATNF,
BIBI.
BSME, BSME, drug, BSME,
DLR.
drug, BSME, 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 BSME,
Mara. PRPR.
BSME,
Dar. OSWR. When. Zero. NCNO. BOLS. CSLR. FCAL. QUBT. RKRTV.
me, STEC, BSME, drug,
MHUA.
big spread,
Low.
drug,
LBPH.
big spread,
Discover new music with a swipe.
on the YouTube Music app.
Drug. Big spread.
Mond.
Drug. Big spread. Drug. Drug.
GRPN, WBA, QUBT, RKLB,
ATNF.
EOLS,
BDRX. BDRX.
BDRX, FSB,
BDRX.
KDLY, DAR, LEMU, HDSN, CNNE, ATAC, LBPH,
BDRX. BDRX.
GRPN,
BDRX.
WGMI, AAL,
BDRX. BDRX. BSME.
BSEC, LUCT, CLDT, CYBN,
BSME.
HUD, CNNE, ARWR,
EBTV.
DAR, ATAC,
30 seconds to the U.S.
ETNB.
market close.
GTES, when,
STEC. Drug.
SNCY,
Watch the spread.
ETNB,
Drug. Big spread.
QUBT, Fine, LWLG, MHUA, LBPH, BDRX, KDLY, IGT,
BANR banner reporting. Bravo Alpha November
BSME.
Romeo. BANR.
VSEC, LEMU, NBNO, SWBI,
As a full-time student and content
Banner
creator, I
reporting
spend a lot of my time
$1.30.
writing. Grammarly's AI features have really helped me become
BSME.
more confident in my writing by
VSEC.
ensuring that what I write is easy to
BSME.
ANRO,
BSME.
OWLT, GHRS, ISSC,
BSME.
OKADX,
ATNF,
BSME.
The estimate was
BSME.
$1.16 on BANR. Bravo Alpha November Romeo.
Brea,
Brea. BSME. 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 OKLO. BSME. BSME.
BSM.
CSX reporting 46 cents. The estimate was 48 cents, so that's short for Charlie Sandy X-ray, CSX.
NTLA, PLC, NBNI.
Revenue $3.62 billion.
VFSH,
The estimate was $3.676 billion, so that
ATNF.
is short
Beam,
on both
NILA,
earnings and revenue for
DRCT.
CSX, Charlie Sandy X-ray.
JBHT, BRDS,
MMLP,
DNT,
Martin Midstream Partners, reporting revenue of
OKLO.
$170.9 million. The estimate was $176.4 million. That's Michael Lima Papa, MMLP.
UAVS, ATLX, SLRX, SVLY, DRCT, LTBR, IRCH, DRCT, SERV, BKKT, North
A
North.
loss of 8 cents. The estimate was a loss of 3 cents, so that's a wider loss than
ATXS,
expected for Michael
DHT.
Lima Papa.
TPST, ATNF, ARCT, ATNF, NKGN, NKGN, TBLA, CCEL,
ATNF.
PHUN, LQDA, TWST,
ATNF.
GDRX, ATNF, TIVC, FBIO,
ATNF.
STR, ATNF, PRM, Pixie, FWRG, BWXT, LBPH, Brea, FBLG, TLY, BWTX, CHRO, Brea,
Brea.
Brea, Brea, MGRX, Brea,
Brea.
Brea, Brea,
Brea.
ATNF, Brea, Brea, Brea,
Brea.
Brea, STPARR, ABPT, XCH,
STEC.
SLS, MNMD, LPA, UAVS, RDT, MDIA, DANL, LWLG, ELF,
STEC.
CHRO,
CSX shares pulling back following their earnings report,
DJT,
34.75.
STEC.
W, ALLR, FIBN, ANBLG,
CCI,
STEC.
Crown
DRCT.
Castle reporting. Crown Castle reporting
STEC.
Yes.
adjusted FFO of $1
DRCT.
earnings of 70 cents. The estimate was
DRCT.
16 cents, so that's a
DRCT.
beat.
Big
For
spread.
CCI, PPG reporting $2.13, short of the $2.15 estimate. Revenue $4.575 billion. The estimate was
DRCT.
$4.65 billion,
DSME.
so that's short as well.
DRCT.
For Papa Golf. PPG, Kinder Morgan, KMI, reporting 25
ATNF.
cents. That's short of the
DRCT,
27 cent estimate.
DRCT,
Sheila Michael
DRCT.
India,
DRCT, DRCT,
revenue
DRCT,
of $3.699
DRCT.
billion is short of the $3.975 billion estimate.
CLPR,
PPG says they maintain
Drug.
their full-year sales
Watch the spread.
and earnings guidance.
DRCT,
Drug.
Golf.
Big spread.
AA, Alcoa, and Ignis EQT progress towards strategic agreement to support future
Drug.
of Alcoa
Big spread.
San Cipriani Operations.
DRCT.
DRCT. PHUN.
To remain imaging operator. Ignis EQT to invest £25 million or 25 million euros. That's
STEC.
AA Alcoa. PPG announcing share repurchases of $200 million in the quarter and $500
STEC.
million year to date. That's Papa Golf.
ULTA. SABS.
Bloomberg reporting that Apple's chief
KRR.
people officer, Carol Surface, is
Great.
leaving the company. That's AAPL.
Brea.
Alpha Papa Lima. TFIN, Triumph
DSME.
Financial reporting.
BSME. STEC.
Triumph Financial.
STEC.
MTEM.
Brea.
Waiting for those
VSME.
numbers.
TPIC.
STEC.
LTDR. CKPT.
Brea.
SPRO. Brea. Brea.
Brea.
ACAD, Acadia Pharma, announcing Health Canada approval of
STEC.
data
Brea.
for treatment
Brea.
of Rett syndrome. That is Alpha Charlie,
Brea.
Alpha Delta.
MTEM. Brea.
ACAD,
Brea.
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 Brea. STEC.
Brea. Brea.
Brea.
CODI, Compass Diversified,
Brea.
announcing $100 million share buyback. Charlie
Brea.
Oscar Delta, India.
Brea. SLQT. Black. LTDR. Brea. 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 Brea.
SLQT, Select
Brea.
Quote. Select
CJEG.
completes first phase of recapitalization with $100 million securitization. That is Sandy Lima Quebec Tango, SLQT.
SAIH. KLTO. Duo.
B.
Brea.
BREA, Brea Holdings, or Brera Holdings,
TRC.
getting a pop here, $2.20.
CTCX.
I have a bit of a morbid fascination.
I think it's better to look at the evil than to
Bravo Romeo Echo Alpha.
MTEM. KLTO. SABS.
Brea.
KLTO.
TFIN,
Great.
Triumph Financial, reported 19 cents in earnings.
BSME.
The
MTEM.
estimate was 18 cents, so that's a penny beat
MTEM.
for
MTEM.
TFIN.
MTEM.
Equifax is out. Equifax reporting
MTEM.
$1.85.
MTEM.
That's a
MTEM.
2-cent beat for
MTEM.
Echo Foxtrot X-Ray.
Black.
Revenue coming in a bit short, 1.441
RDHL.
billion versus $1.443 billion estimate for Echo
CMBS.
Foxtrot X-Ray.
VS.
REXR, Rexford Industrial Realty, reporting
NBNI. MTEM.
core FFO of $130 million. Core FFO of 59 cents. That's in line with estimate for
LQDT.
REXR.
Brea.
SLQT.
TFIN, Triumph Financial says do not expect
Brea.
Q1 2025 earnings to be
Brea.
great.
DJH.
That's Tango Foxtrot India November.
INHD. CHRO.
CHRO.
CNTB.
SLQT.
CHRO. Black. CHRO.
CHRO.
SLQT.
SLQT.
MRM. Guts.
ATNF.
Galt. SQSP. MTEM. 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 MTEM.
Michael Tango Echo Michael. Shares of molecular templates were up more than 100% at the highs. That's Michael Tango Echo Michael.
BSME.
HUD.
BSME.
MRM.
BSME.
MTEM. 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 NTBL. CHR.
BSME.
NTBL. 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 SAIH. NTBL. 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 CTRN. NTBL. NTBL.
NTBL, notable
TIR.
labs spiking here now to the highs.
Great.
November Tango Bravo Lima, NTBL.
ATNF.
SLQT.
ATNF.
NTBL.
NTBL, 55 cents at the high, up
ASTS.
more than 100%.
NTBL. 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 STAF. NTBL. SQSP. KLTO. NTBL. NTBL.
BSME.
NTBL. NTBL. NTBL.
BSME.
NTBL. 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 NTBL.
NTBL 67
ATNF.
cents now.
KLTO,
Continue to spike
NTBL,
here.
NTBL,
VSME,
Karo,
VSME,
KLTO, KLTO,
STEC, VSME, STEC, VSME,
MBNI,
VSME,
KLTO, 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 KLTO,
VSME.
KLTO,
PAL Proficient
VSME.
Logistics provides update on
STEC.
expected operating and financial metrics for Q3 of FY 2024.
KLTO,
VSME,
Cyto,
VSME,
PHIL, MOBX, KLTO,
Proficient
KLTO.
Auto Logistics expects
KLTO.
net income for Q3
VSME,
2024 be
VSME.
significantly degraded
SQSP.
versus results reported for quarter ending
NBC.
June 30th,
ATNF, Big spread.
2024. That is Papa Alpha Lima.
KLTO, KLTO,
ATNF, Big spread,
Still waiting on earnings for AA Alcoa.
PRSO,
VS, Brea, ATNF,
INHD,
ATNF,
Capricorn
ATNF,
announcing
CHRO,
proposed public offering of common stock, CAPR.
CHRO,
No
CHRO.
amount mentioned.
CHRO,
RDZN,
CHRO,
That's Charlie Alpha Papa Romeo, CAPR.
ATNF,
CNS,
TRQR.
Cohen and Steers with their results. Waiting for those numbers.
SAIH, SAIH,
That's Charlie November Sandy.
SAIH, PRSO, SAIH,
STEC, ASNS,
FUFU, ADSE, PRSO,
VSME, Brea,
SAIH,
Brea, Brea,
LAC,
LAC, VS,
SAIH, BKYI.
ATNF.
Shares of Capricorn, $18.49. The low down about $2 following that offering announcement. VAPR. DFS, Discover Financial, reported $3.69. The estimate on Discover,
Brea.
PHUN.
$3.44, so that's a beat for Delta Foxtrot Sandy.
BSME.
BXRT. ADTX.
YouTube Premium is ad-free
Black.
YouTube and
Revenue
background play.
$4.45
So
billion.
you can watch videos while reading, searching, shopping.
The estimate was $4.34 billion, so that's a beat for DFS, Delta Foxtrot Sandy.
RVYL.
Again, still waiting for Alcoa, AA,
CSLR. AA.
Brea.
Alcoa is out now. Alcoa reporting revenue of $2.904 billion. The estimate was $2.97 billion. So that is
Brea.
short
Brea.
for Q3. 57 cents in earnings. The estimate was 37 cents.
Brea.
So that's
Brea.
a beat
Brea.
on
Brea.
the gap number.
Brea.
Brea.
That's AA Alcoa. Alcoa share is popping here.
ACV.
Brea.
43.91. That's
Brea.
up $1.84
Brea.
at the high for AA Alcoa.
PRSL.
Brea.
Brea.
BREA, Brea Holdings, pumping now. More highs now, $2.72.
PRSL.
Bravo Romeo Echo Alpha.
Brea. ADTX. Ovid. ABGR.
STEC.
LBRT. Black.
STEC. BSME.
DJT.
Brea.
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 BSAC.
PRQR.
TPST.
STEC. STEC.
ADTX. LBRT.
INCY Insight announcing Health Canada
WLDS.
approval for their treatment for atopic dermatitis and non-segmental vitiligo.
WETA ONCY ETG. Black. SCKT.
ATNF.
DJT.
Black.
MTEM molecular templates moving back towards the highs now 91 cents. Michael Tango Echo Michael.
Black.
EFSH.
Brea. Black. Brea. ATNF.
PHIL.
Mara.
ONCT.
SPCE. SLQT. Wolf. BS. BS.
TLSA.
FR First Industrial REIT reporting
FULC.
First Industrial reporting 75 cents. Foxtrot Romeo.
Drug.
The estimate was 38 cents. That may not compare. Revenue of $167.6 million.
CHRO.
The estimate was $169 million, so that's short. Company sees full year earnings of $2.09 to $2.13. That's Foxtrot Romeo FR. Coming up, earnings from
SLQT.
Steel Dynamics, STLD, Steel Dynamics reporting $2.05. The estimate was $1.97. Revenue $4.34 billion. The estimate was $4.17 billion. So that is a beat on earnings and on revenue for Sandy Tango Lima Delta STLD.
LTBR.
Shares of Steel
Brea.
Dynamics on very light volume, $131 up $1.14.
Brea.
STLD. MTEM hitting a dollar now.
SAIH.
MTEM. Michael, molecular
CHRO.
templates. $1.02 now. That's MTEM. Shares up about 200% on MTEM.
SAIH.
WLGS. Big spread.
SAIH. NEXA, EFSH. CREG. EFSH.
CHRO.
XLO. CSLR.
EFSH.
ADTX. CYCC.
LIPO, Lapella Pharma, another penny
CHRO.
stock popping here. Lima India Papa Oscar, BYU. Another penny stock getting a pop here, Bravo Yankee Uniform.
BSME. MTEM.
MTEM. MTEM. MTEM. MTEM. EFSH. MTEM.
MTEM. EFSH.
EFSH. STLD. PHUN. ADTX.
Okay, you're on YouTube watching a classic Mitski video. But did you know there's a YouTube music app where you can
CLMT.
discover new music with a
BSME.
swipe?
EFSH.
Wait, is this the new Mitski? Yes. Get YouTube Music Premium.
EFSH. EFSH.
EFSH.
EFSH, 1847 Holdings getting a pop here. Echo Foxtrot Cindy Hotel.
EFSH.
EFSH.
EFSH. EFSH.
EFSH. EFSH. EFSH.
$2.22 now.
EFSH.
A spike here now on heavier volume.
EFSH.
Echo
EFSH.
Foxtrot Sandy
EFSH.
Hotel.
EFSH.
EFSH. EFSH. EFSH.
EFSH.
$3.05.
EFSH.
EFSH. Watch the spread.
EFSH.
EFSH. Big spread. EFSH. Big spread.
AVGR.
EFSH.
BYU. 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 CLMT.
Lexicon announcing exclusive licensing agreement with Viatris. for
EFSH.
So
MNPR.
Tagliflozin in all markets outside the
EFSH.
US and Europe.
EFSH.
That's Victor Tango Romeo Sandy, VTRS. And Lima X-ray Romeo X-ray.
EFSH. EFSH. EFSH.
EFSH.
EFSH.
LCID, Lucid Group commenced a
EFSH.
public offering of 260
EFSH.
shares.
EFSH. EFSH.
EFSH. Big spread.
EFSH.
Lima Charlie India Delta
EFSH.
LCID. 262 million shares of common stock by Lucid LCID.
EWTX.
Brea.
Else.
Brea.
AR Third Investment indicated they intend to purchase 374.7 million shares from Lucid.
STEC. EFSH.
SQSP Squarespace 13D filing out now. Sandy Quebec, Sandy Papa.
Else.
EFSH.
Else.
ALC.
Shares getting a little pop on that.
Else.
ATNF.
ALCE.
Big spread. ALC.
Shares of
Else.
ALC.
Alternus Clean Energy
UPSI.
spiking here.
ALC.
ALCE.
Big spread.
Else.
ALC.
MLSs. Else.
BSME. ATNF.
Alto.
ATNF.
Crude,
MTEM.
a draw of 1.58 million. Gasoline, a draw of 5.92 million. Distillates, a draw of 2.672 million.
TXMT.
MTEM. MTEM.
NCPL.
Drug. Big spread. STEC.
NCPL. INBS.
STEC.
ARDT.
STEC. VSME. MTEM.
EFSH shares
STEC.
falling here now
MTEM.
after hitting a high of $4.94, now at $2.48, giving up most of its
ICAD.
gains in the last
MTEM.
few minutes.
MTEM.
That's Echo Foxtrot Sandy Hotel.
MTEM.
MTEM continuing to make new highs. Molecular templates, $1.10.
EFSH.
That's Michael Tango Echo Michael, MTEM.
EFSH. STEC.
STAF. AISP. ICAD, BYU. BYU, BYU. SAIH, JDZG, SAIH, SAIH, IONQ, SAIH, ADTX,
ASTS, ASTS,
SAIH,
drug, big spread,
SAIH,
GEVO,
GEVO, SAIH, SAIH,
EFSH,
SAIH, SAIH,
EFSH,
DJT,
EFSH,
SAIH, 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 SAIH,
EFSH,
TIRX, QMMM, SND,
BREA, BREA,
HLVX, CLMT,
STEC,
Root, LTBR,
VSME,
West Northwest,
VSME, VSME, VSME,
And here we go.
VSME,
Welcome, everyone.
SLNH,
VSME,
NUZE, HCTI,
We are going to be looking tonight at market profile references, and I'm just going to be walking some of the newer people through market profile. And I'll just start off by saying that the purpose of all my teaching is to show people what's going on behind the screens and, you know, what actual levers are being pulled that power the machine. You know, being on the end where I was feeding market makers volume and order flow, you know, as Tom Sosnoff very, very intelligently says, you know, we got to see.
Your future is at your fingertips. Take advantage of the flexibility.
See how the sausage was made, you know? And thanks to some brilliant, brilliant men like Mr. Dalton, Mr. Jim Dalton, and Peter Resnicek, who I learned these concepts through, I decided to try and bring this to a bit of a more mainstream audience. And that's what we're trying to do tonight. And basically, market profile, what it does is it prints out your order flow in a way that the human eye can understand and grasp the concept, right? And in doing this, something very, very interesting happens. You take the concept of time and you add it to a chart. And you look to see how long price will trade for, what length of time it will trade for. And the longer it trades at a certain time, we call this value. Okay. And why is value important? Because value shows us where price is being accepted or where it's being rejected. Okay. And this gives you an edge. This gives you an edge because you can see details that the market structure gives you that no one else can. Okay. Very quick example of that is what we're experiencing right now. If we look at this overnight market, every single this period and this period, if you look at these two periods, this is called one time framing. This is just a quick example. But I'll just go and show you from the beginning how to look at these charts. Now, I'm going to switch to a very clean chart that has no lines on it. So for all my friends who are the degenerate traders, I'm going to take your mind off Globex for a bit. Okay. This is a very simple chart of market profile. And the blue areas are the value areas. This is where price is traded for longer periods of time. Okay. Now, for people who are brand new to market profile, we'll look at today's trading. The profile is organized in a way that each letter
HSDT.
period, or what they call a TPO, a time price
DJT.
opportunity,
Brea.
each TPO is a
CNY.
half an hour.
ATNF.
So if you're a candle chart trader,
ATNF.
candlestick, whatever type of chart you're using, the time frame for
EFSH.
each period is a half hour. All right. A period is the open, the first half hour of the open.
CMAX.
The open is designated in
IFRX.
our charting software, which is called Sierra Chart. It is
ATNF.
designated by this orange A. So that is the open. So you'll see me mark off charts like this,
ATNF.
and I'll go and I'll change the color.
TPST.
And I'll just call this
CNEY,
the
another
open.
penny stock now popping here.
STEC.
CN Energy Group,
kind of
Charlie
a
November Echo Yankee.
Strange thing here.
STEC.
Always does this for some reason. So there you have the open of today's period. Okay. The white letter here, also, this is what we call splitting a profile. So you can see each individual time framed period, each GPO.
GEVO getting a pop here,
If you
$2.65.
put the profile in its regular shape,
EVTV.
you can determine where half of the range is. That is designated by this little little white A here. It happens to be in a period, but
FSH.
this is simply the top minus the bottom. That's half. So you'd go and you'd mark that off as half. Right? You change the color to
STEC.
white, and then you go to modify text. Tell me if this is helping you guys, because some people are very new to this, and that's what I want them to see. Okay.
TPST.
So there's half.
Drug. Watch the spread.
Okay.
Now,
here is the day high
STEC.
and the day low. Right. And you can mark those off as well.
GEVO. ABAT.
GEVO.
GEVO hitting $3.
You can
at
mark the high
Golf
in
Victor
green if you
Oscar,
want,
GEVO.
and you can mark the low in red. Okay. Halfback is a dynamic reference. It changes as the profile elongates, exactly, as the day progresses. Right. So you'll often see me moving this up and down when I'm doing the webinars. Okay. I'm just going to move this aside for a quick second. This purple area right here, the purple letters, are what we call the point of control. Okay.
GEVO.
This is where 70% of the time is spent, or if we're looking at volume, it is 70% of where the volume is spent. Now, I haven't put
GEVO.
a volume profile on here, but if I do that, quickly we can see the volume that is traded at each of these levels.
GEVO.
Okay.
GEVO.
So the purple line is the
GEVO.
or the purple letters, I should say, is the TPO, the time point of control. The purple box here is the volume point of control. So you'll see that this is what we call the value area. Out of the day, out of all of this volume, 70% of the volume has traded in this area. And why do we look at that? Because we look at that to see where price is being accepted. Do you see how when we got down here, we only spent one half-hour period here, and not for very long either. And we only spent 3 TPOs down here under 2907 and a quarter. So price was quickly rejected here. When price came down, what happened?
NIVF.
It was rejected back up. Now, what does that mean? Okay. It means that when the price got to a certain point, when it got lower,
GEVO.
Traders looked at that and said, that is a bargain, and I'm going to step in and buy. The example
ATNF.
people use is you're giving away iPads or you're selling iPads for $50 as a, and then the price drops to 10. A bunch of people are going to rush in, stand in line, and buy those up.
Are you still stuffing your kangaroo hoodie pockets? Meet the new improved bearskin tactical hoodie.
HSDT.
Brea.
A little bit mindful. I'll get to that. Okay.
Brea.
So what happens is
STAF.
we're looking at value, and value tells us where price is being accepted. Okay. So each letter is a half-hour period. You've seen the open, you've seen half. We call this half back. This is also called here the point of control.
HSDT.
Right, so I'll draw a line this way
HSDT.
through here, and you color it purple. And you just label it like that. Okay, so this is
STAF.
These are the basic building blocks. Sorry, guys.
DJT.
Of a TPO chart. Okay. We have value area high. And value area low.
CLMT.
And you
Drug.
can label those as well if you want.
NXL.
So this is a very quick. I'm showing you how to label your charts
CINT.
and set them up. Go to modify text. There you go. So these are the basic
HCTI.
building blocks of a profile chart. Now you can see the charts are already kind of getting marked up.
NXL.
Okay. No, they're not. Okay.
GEVO.
All right. Mindful brings up a point. Now, some people,
DJT.
like
CLSK.
Mr. Dalton, will not look at volume at all. I find it important to look at both the volume value area
CLSK.
and the time value area.
STAF.
Right? I'm not going to get into why right now, but let's just say that they are both important. So when you go to the studies window and you click on profile period on the actual
STBX.
profile settings, it will say
DJT.
value
HCTI.
area based on volume.
DJT.
So what I like to do is I like to have my
HCTI.
letters or the actual TPO chart based on time.
NXL. DJT.
And you can see that it changed.
STAF.
Right?
DJT.
So this is the time-based value area.
DJT.
The volume is still the same because it has to
DJT.
do with this part right here.
GEVO.
So I'll get into that on another webinar, but for now, these are just basic references
DJT.
that we're going through. Okay. Now, why is this important? What's the big deal here? Okay. Let's take today as an example.
LTBR.
Today was a great example of profile keeping us out of trouble. Okay. What we are doing today, the market opened up
TRQR.
at 29.13 3/4, auctioned up and down, right? Our overnight inventory, sorry to squish this
NXL.
down.
IMT.
Here is the day before's close.
NXL.
Before I show you how I win 65 to 85% of my option
LTBR.
trades, let me ask you a question.
Here's the close from the 8th. if you look at our charting, you can see the overnight, most of the trading, I'd say 90% of the trading in the overnight happened above the close of the previous regular trading hours session. So we say overnight inventory is long. Okay.
STEC.
Why is that important? Right? Inventory is a concept that very, very few people talk about in trading. Inventory tells us when people such as ourselves are trapped. You guys have all traded. Maybe some of you have never traded before, but you all know what happens when you buy and the price drops on you, right? You buy it and the price can't get any higher. You're trapped long. Some of us, when we're shorting, we sell short at bad trade location. We get caught short down low, and we sell, and we get trapped short. So what the profile does is it tells us where inventory, which is us, where inventory is, and is it trapped, or is it getting paid? Okay. So we take this example from today. Our overnight inventory was long
STEC.
from the previous day's close. We come in today, and I'm going to mark off the overnight half.
VSME.
Right, and then let's make this line a dotted line, just to keep things interesting. So, and then we had the half from the previous day. And we had the point of control from the previous day. You still there, Ray?
Yes, sir.
All right, just checking. So we opened, we auctioned down, right? When we came down, look where we stopped in a period. We stopped 2 ticks underneath the point of control, and also the halfway point of the previous day's trading. So what does this tell us? Right away, this tells us 2 things. Okay, it tells us who's in the market. It's not big traders selling big positions. If that was the case, we would have broke through this and continued downwards. We did not. We stopped 2 ticks and went back up. Okay, so that tells us that technical traders are in the market. And it also tells us that price, even in this A period, is being accepted in the upper part of the previous day's distribution.
VSME.
So this is a distribution, you know, like a bell curve flipped on its side. So right away we know in the first half hour that it's a technical market.
VSME.
Then B period opens. Now, with our volume profile, it shows us where each period opens. So that is the open of the market, A in orange. But every period where it opens
VSME.
is marked in yellow. Okay. The square around each box
VSME.
is basically the half of each period. Now, I don't use that when I'm trading, and sometimes that will confuse people.
VSME.
And what do they call it on here, guys? It's the midpoint indicator or something. It's
I've been receiving checks from Charles Schwab's
Where's
on a
Zero
weekly
Suit
basis.
when I need her?
Let me show you. Here are the few.
Ray shows us where
No, I don't know. I think
each
she's on
period
though.
opens. So that is the. Is she?
Yeah.
Brea.
Great. Excuse me while I have a Dalton moment here.
Whoa! Shots fired! Bang bang!
No. It's okay.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, she was on. She must have hopped off. Damn it! Zero.
Where is it here?
Mindful City.
Point in profile. Here it is. So you click
ATNF.
no, and the little boxes are gone. Every time it's a running joke with profile guys about technology and Mr. Dalton. Hey, look, the guy's perfect in every other way. We got to bug him about something. Okay.
Yeah.
So where'd it go? It came back. But I guess I didn't.
VS.
Didn't I not save it?
Drug.
DJT.
Watch the spread. ATNF.
Okay. So now you see where the open is on every period. So the B period opened, tried to auction down, could not even get to half back or the point of control. Okay. So that's telling us the sellers are running out of steam. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's JJ at Micro E Futures. I hope you're having a great weekend. Doing a little video here on how I find these balance zones, why I think balance is important with respect to running a business, and how you can use these to get some targets on whatever time frame you're using. Here I'm using a 1 minute chart, and the other thing is how to help you manage your risk and trade in the right direction. It really, if you think about it, there's so much information that's on a chart that is being neglected. And I think it would be a wonderful addition to technical analysis because it would help technicians understand the mechanics of what is causing the pattern that they're seeing over and over again, because the business repeats itself, right? It's a market. So we build an inventory, right? We have a cost basis of that inventory, right? That's the goods that you're
DJT.
planning to sell. Now, prices may dip underneath that
DJT.
cost basis,
DJT.
and we'll show you that. But generally, the optimum
DJT.
business result is to take that cost
PHUN.
base,
Brea.
right? That inventory, right? That has a price around it, and go sell it for a
PHUN.
profit, right? Pretty simple. So here we have a cost
Brea.
basis, right? What I'm finding and I'm looking for in a cost basis is I look for a high and a low. And when we look below that low, we come
ATNF.
back to that high. And that's the foundation of pretty much my go-to trade. And that trade can be scaled in time and in size. Now, I don't hold overnight and I don't trade big size. But for those who do, it's the same business principle as, when the sell orders are complete, supply runs out. So for a moment, whatever
CADL.
moment in time that is, time frame, if it's for a minute,
PHUN.
if it's for an hour, it's a day, the market will run out of people willing to sell at a certain
CLMT.
price. Those sellers are completed, the
spread.
market moves higher to find buyers. So that is
BBLG.
the cost basis and the explanation for it. Now, if I'm going to draw a volume profile from this high to the low, and you'll see that the
BBLG.
bulk of that volume is in the cost
Drug.
basis.
Watch the
right?
spread.
That's what we're looking at. We're looking to see this part right here, right? You volume profile traders call this a high volume node. Okay. It's a fancy way of saying that's where all the
BBLG.
goodies are, right? That's the majority of the price Most of the
DGST.
inventory is
PHUN.
priced at this level here. That's what it's just saying, right? So this is your inventory, and the majority of that inventory is priced here. So moves up from that to distribute for a profit. Sometimes you got to put it on sale underneath cost basis.
Big spread.
So how do we now
BS.
use this information to trade? Let me just get rid of the volume profile. Now we take this cost basis and we double it, okay? Because your inventory is priced at a certain level, selling it for double that level is good profit. Now, what happens if sales are bad?
BS.
What happens if you have a whole bunch of competition coming in your market, selling the same product that you have, but they've got a lower cost basis? Well, then you're going to have to do some fancy footwork. And if we're retail traders, we have to get out if, you know, that level doesn't hold. But you double it to the upside and downside to get viable targets. You can use the middle to close off trades. I don't like to use the middle of the zones to initiate unless I'm really on the ball.
You can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with hundreds of other spatula sellers.
And, you know, it's easy to say, oh, great, you know, you can take that trade. But in the heat of the moment, if you're really not on the ball and, you know, good with your risk, you can mess that up. And, you know, if I'm in a more mess it up than do well stage, then I only take trades at the edges of the zones. So when we do that, you know, look below and you fail and you come up, you buy a little here, you put your stop under here, and your target's the top of the zone, right? And it's a great way to learn how to manage risk, because then I only take trades at the edges of the zones. So when we do that,
ATNF.
you know, look below and you fail and you come up, you buy a little here, you put your stop under here, and your target's the top of the zone, right? And it's a great way to learn how to manage risk, because if you know if you're long, when it looks below and then fails, you put your stop down here, you know, underneath these candles. And while you're in the trade, if the market breaks 76, then you know, oh, it's breaking 76. I'm probably going to get stopped out. You can mentally prepare yourself for being stopped out, because the order flow at the time didn't match what your business intentions were. And that happens, right? So we use that information. Maybe we can take the trade later. Maybe we wait. Here's another example of a trade where it fails to look below. That's a hard one because you got to get in there quick, you know, but this is a 3-point balance. You know, if you're using a larger time frame, maybe a 5 or a 15 minute or whatever you're using, you can maybe use a larger rotation of inventory, like maybe 6 points or 8 points, whatever you prefer. I like to keep it on a 1 minute because it forces me to think quick, and it forces me to focus. But that's just me, and it's a great way to learn too, because when you're on a 1 minute, your risk is really, really tight. So you're not going to be blowing up accounts and doing FOMO trades if you know where your trades are, where the exit of your trade is. And if you can, if you know the reason why you're putting on the trade, if you understand the concept that is driving that trade, when the driving force behind that trade, when it stops working, after a while, you'll see it and you'll know how to get out of it without losing too much money. And because we always make mistakes, we're not infallible. We're going to make mistakes, but we just need to admit we're wrong quickly, instead of being, you know, stubborn. So anyway, this helps with everything. This is how you find a balance zone. That's how you double it. Oh, for people who like to short sell, you know, when the market looks above and fails, you can initiate your short here. You can put your stop at the top of those candles and put your bids down here. So when the market comes in, you get hit and you cover, right? If the market can't break the middle of a zone, then you know that the sell orders have started to complete. Anyway, these are practical ways that you can use a candle chart. Now you can take your technicals and your VWAP and all of that stuff and throw it on top. But now you understand the basic mechanics of how inventory is priced, how it's marked up and sold, and then put on sale back to cost basis when nobody wants to buy it. Okay. So please drop by our micro e-futures room.
GEVO.
Ask lots of questions. We got a 7-day free trial.
ATNF.
Right? Come in. You know, it's a little bit different. I teach you why the trade works. And we really focus a lot on risk management because we hate to see people lose money. It, that's not cool. So anyway, drop by. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It's JJ from microefutures.com. We'll see you later on tonight at the Globex Open. Have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you, everyone.
Drug. Watch the spread.
CIVI.
The new $7 Lux Cravings Box. It's Lux for less.
PHUN.
Only at Taco
Drug.
Bell.
Watch the spread.
Fred traded up to commercial
PHUN.
auto insurance from Geico for serious customized coverage that grows with his business.
So when's the big guy?
Gooksol.
PHUN. Brea. Brea. GEVO.
QNRX. PHUN. East.
Drug. Watch the spread. VSME.
TIRX.
GEVO. STEC.
Goodsol. PHUN. CPSH. HRZN. TIRX.
GEVO. PRQR. GEVO. Drug. Watch the spread.
BIDU.
GEVO. TIRX. GEVO. Drug. Watch the spread.
TIRX.
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 TIRX. TIRX. TIRX.
GEVO. CLMT. Big spread. Beta.
QNRX.
BSME. TIGR.
AKBA.
Brea. Duo. TIRX. TIRX.
TIRX. TIRX. TIRX. TIRX. WB. TIRX.
TIRX.
IFBD. QNRX.
DJT. CLMT.
WB.
CLMT.
MGIH.
DJT. GEVO.
QNRX.
GEVO. GEVO. BSME. BSME.
DJTWW.
GDXU.
Lalu.
GEVO. MGIH.
GIH.
VS.
STAF. MGIH.
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 VSME.
MGIH. MGIH.
MGIH.
MGIH. MGIH. MGIH. MGIH.
Brea. Brea. VS. 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 VS.
STAF. STAF. STAF.
STAF.
STAF. STAF.
STAF.
STAF. STAF. STAF. STAF. STAF. STAF. STAF. STAF. OKLO. OKLO. STAF. 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 CPOP. VSLK.
Black. STEC. STAF. Drug. Big spread.
NCPL. Northeast. CPOP.
GEVO. GEVO. GEVO.
ELWS.
Searching for
TMQ.
music for your next video? Then you need to check out Artlist. With amazing new music added daily and
GEVO. GEVO. Drug. Big spread.
SNES.
GEVO. 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 NXL.
What have I always said about day trading?
GEVO.
The winners are always clustered together,
Yes.
as are the losers. And when you're down, you feel like you're never going to be
GEVO.
up again. I know what it's like to be in the midst of a deep drawdown and to be asking, when is the market going to turn? But guess what? Just yesterday, we had the spark that has ignited a new hot cycle. That spark was a 2,000% short squeeze. That's right, a stock from about $2.50 a
GEVO.
share goes up to over
INVS.
$59 a share in one day. And just like that, everything has changed. So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you exactly what that means for traders. And of course, I'm going to walk you through the
GEVO.
case study of today's trades, because guess what? Today, I am up over $100,000 in real money profit trading for about 3 hours. That is the difference between a hot market and a cold market. Now, of course, if you watch my recaps, you see me post every single day, whether it's red or green. And what you might notice is that often
BVN.
my red days are clustered together. I'll have back-to-back
BVN.
red days, as I did
Watch the
just
spread.
last week. I wasn't expecting that 2,000% short squeeze. It was a surprise to short sellers,
Bria.
and it was a surprise to me. But here's the important thing. I know how to adapt. So when I see
Okay,
something
LL.
like that happen, I pivot quickly. I'm going to show you exactly how I do that.
TIRX.
Now, I should probably tell you, by the way, my name is Ross Cameron. I'm a full-time trader. I funded my first account with real money in 2001. So
TIRX.
I've been doing this for a long time. And I want you to know that my results are not typical. But
STAF,
in fact, I think it's my very
GEVO.
atypical results that make this so interesting, because I can speak to you about what is actually working in today's market and share with you decades of trading intuition that I've picked up along the way. So let's go ahead and jump into the slides. We've actually got a slide deck for today. We've got our chart, and we're going to talk about yesterday's move, because this was what sparked this round of momentum. And in fact, I saw over $1 million in trading losses posted by short sellers on social media yesterday. So there's no question that there were traders that got completely wiped out. They didn't expect this insane move. The chart is almost, it's almost hard to gain perspective of it, because it's like, oh, that was just a strong stock. And then you realize, wait a second, this down here was $2.32, and that right there is $60 a share.
BDRX.
What in the world? How does that even happen? Well, I'll share with you exactly how it happens, because you know what? It's not the first time I've seen that happen, and it will not be the last time. So if you missed it, don't feel bad. Guess what? I didn't trade drug yesterday. That stock went up 2,000%, and I didn't take a single trade on it. And you want to know why? It didn't fit within my strategy at the time of day that the move occurred. And so the right thing for me to do was to follow my rules. Now, I felt like I was getting punished in a way for following my rules and watching something go up that much without me, because perhaps on another year when I was trading better in the middle of the day, maybe I would have taken that trade and maybe I would have crushed it. But just for the last few months for this year, I haven't been doing as well midday. And so I taught myself, stop putting your head out there and getting chopped up in the middle of the day. That's a rule. And you have to have discipline to follow the rules. If you create rules and then you don't follow them, they're worthless. And this is something that I struggle with at times. So you've probably seen in my recaps. So for me, even though I didn't trade it, I knew that it represented an opportunity and that it just might be the spark for a round of hot momentum. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. So let's jump into the slide deck. How I made $104,709.69 in just about 3 hours of trading, and this was trading a parabolic short squeeze. That's our case study from today, ATNF. Now, I actually traded a number of different stocks today, well, 4 different stocks in total, and I am green on all 4, but this was by far the biggest winner, and this is the stock today that went up 1,000%. Yesterday closed at around, it's like $1.38, $1.50, ended up going up to about $19 a share this morning on breaking news that came out at 8 a.m. top of the hour. Now, that's part of my strategy to trade breaking news, and I'll share with you something about drug yesterday, which also caused me to be a little cautious on it. But these are the topics for today's class. Number 1, the surprise 2,000% short squeeze. We're going to analyze the chart from yesterday. Number 2, my momentum trading strategy and the case study of my entries and exits and trades today on ATNF, along with the other stocks I traded. Number 3, I'm going to share with you the pros and cons of parabolic momentum trading, because as fun as it is, it's not without risk.
STEC.
Number 4, I'm going to share with you the tools required for this strategy. And number 5, I'm going to share with you at the end of this episode a recommended reading list for those of you guys that want to learn more. Now, I want to let you guys know this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be teaching my Intro to Day Trading course as a live broadcast. I will post a link. It'll be pinned to the top comment and it'll be posted in the top of the description so you guys can register to attend. The first 1,000 people who join the live broadcast will be able to type questions. So at the end of teaching my Intro to Day Trading course, we will do Q&A. Those of you guys who are watching this recap weeks in the future, months, or even years from now, you can still watch the recording. So as soon as the live event is over after Friday at 1 p.m., we'll just swap out the link to be, instead of having you join the live class, it'll just be downloading the recording. So you guys should please check that out. Anyone who's watching this right now today who wants to learn more about my strategy and how over all of these years, I've been able to maintain such a high level of consistency, how I've been able to find these types of stocks, how I've been able to minimize my drawdowns, please tune in to the free Intro to Day Trading course. Again, that'll be this Friday at 1 p.m. And those of you guys watching this weeks, months, or years from now, you can watch the recording. All right, so make sure you check that out. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So now let's go ahead and start with number 1, the surprise 2,000% squeeze that ignited this round of hot momentum. $2, nothing crazy.
PHUN.
And then all of a sudden into the close, it just rips up here to 360. But the fact is there really wasn't any clear catalyst behind this move. You know, it wasn't like the company put out it with a stop right around here or right around here. Those are your triggers because it's clearly on the back side of this move. And at 750, it's halted up a third time at 10 and it goes all the way here up to 12 and then to $15, $16 a share. Holy smokes. Did I leave some money on the table? Well, now I was presented with a real question. Do I break the ice and start trading it here? Now it's past 10 a.m. It's 10:50. It's 11 a.m. And I said, no, that would be breaking a rule. You shouldn't do it because if you do it and you lose, you're going to be furious with yourself. If you keep trading and you don't make any good money, you'll still be annoyed with yourself because you broke your rule. And if you make money, you'll be happy you made money, but you'll also feel guilty you broke your rule. So really, no matter how I slice it, I'm going to come out a loser, even if I make.
The strategy that you are currently using to trade does not work. Let me show you why. If you're
money, because I will have lost discipline. So anyways, I didn't take any more trades on it. But anyways, it ends up halting up here at about 1240, halts up through the high of day. It then dips and rips up to $30 a share and it pulls back. It pushes up to 32. And we developed this level of kind of resistance around 30. Every time it got above $30, it rejected. And at times violently. We had some violent rejections on this. But then going into the close, it rips up to $44 a share. Now that one candle has a 10-point range. So 35 to 45 back to 35 because it's a doji. It dips down, it squeezes up to the peak of $59.86, and then it starts to unwind. So it ends up unwinding, it comes back down, and I didn't trade it yesterday and I didn't trade today. But as I sat down this morning, I'm thinking something has changed, right? So that was the spark, the beginning of the hot cycle. And what changed is the following. Now, let me hide my video so you could see everything on this slide. So number one, shorts had accounts blown up. I mean, we saw there were a lot of people posting on social media yesterday, and I heard a number of people talking about it. There were a lot of six-figure losses, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 losses. And I'm sure there were million-dollar losses that we didn't hear about. So the problem here is that when you have this type of just absolutely explosive move, there's not a lot of opportunity when the stocks are halting and then opening higher to manage the loss. So right in this area, this is where it was really bad because it looked right here like this was the top at 5. It peaked, it then did a false breakout, and I think shorts added right there. And then all of a sudden it rips and halts up. Then it immediately is in a second halt, immediately in a third halt, and people are just getting out. So this was the spot where I think shorts got hurt the most because this is an area where it's easy to take 20, 30,000 shares and then suddenly be down 300,000 bucks. So those were some big losses there. And then this, I mean, this just gets insane. All of a sudden it's going crazy.
Big spread.
And people who are still holding into after hours just got totally smoked on it. So number one, you got a lot of short sellers whose accounts got literally blown up, which means they are not trading today. So they were someone who would have been selling as soon as a stock starts popping up. Today, they're gone. They're out. So now we're going to have fewer sellers. We saw this same thing happen, by the way, last year where we had a stock that made a crazy move like this. And it was pretty clear because there was one person, I think it was one person, maybe it was a firm, that would just dump on these stocks every time they would start to pop up. And then we had this one stock like drug that went crazy. And then after that, we didn't see that seller at all, and we had just several weeks of really clean momentum. So my theory was that that one seller, that one firm, either turned off their algorithm because they got blown up, or they were blown up and so they were out of the market.
ATNF.
Whatever the reason was, that seller was gone. And so with fewer short sellers shorting into the moves, I expected that today we would see heightened volatility and bigger moves. And a lot of short sellers, you know, if you think about it, if you just took a $100,000 loss yesterday, what are you going to do today? Now, some are out for revenge. They're on emotional hijack, and they're going to hit anything and everything they see with big size. So that's going to be some traders. But most traders who've been at this for a while are going to be sitting on the sidelines.
ATNF.
They're going to be cautious, which means they're not going to be shorting into that first pop. They're going to wait to make sure it's rolling over and keep a tight leash on it.
DJT.
Longs are feeling some FOMO, as was I. I missed a huge move yesterday. And I shouldn't say I missed it because I chose not to trade it, and that was following my rules. But there was a huge move yesterday and I didn't make any money on it. So a lot of us are feeling a little FOMO. And a lot of us are feeling a little more aggressive as we're looking for the next one. So now the moves are amplified. Volatility is increasing, and we're seeing the phenomenon of sympathy momentum. And we saw it beginning yesterday. And NIVF, this one yesterday went from about 80 cents a share up to $3. So a solid 400% move. There were some traders that did really well on that. Then after hours yesterday, we had STEC at a STEC or STEC. This one went from about 50 cents a share all the way to $5. All right, so a nice 1,000% move on this one. I traded this one today for $9,634 a profit. We got another trade on it today.
STAF.
We had VS after hours that started a move from about $1 up to, what was it, $2.50. Pre-market, this one squeezed up. And so when I sat down this morning, VS was our leading percentage gainer. This stock was already up like 600%. It was unbelievable. I mean, these are just incredible rates of change for one single trading day. So already up 600%, ended up today going up almost 1,000% as it hit a high of 950. Now I traded this one as well, and I'll show you my P&L in a second, but I'm up $2,379 on this one. So, and then BDRX, this one yesterday after hours, sympathy momentum goes from 5 to 13 in one 5-minute candle, but it comes all the way back down. This morning, it goes up again. It goes from 8 to 16, and I traded that one for about $6,414.
ATNF.
So all of a sudden, we've got 5 stocks this morning up over 100%. And yesterday, our leading gainer was 2,000%. So clearly, the control in the market has shifted from the bears to the bulls. And that is what has changed. So now let's talk about my trading strategy.
DJT.
And I'm going to share with you the P&L that I'm at on today. I'm at 98,754.
So this book called 6 Figures from Scratch is designed to keep open while you trade. So it's about the astonishing science behind everyday men and how they got to 6-figure.
$4 in my main account. Plus I've got $5,955.30 in my small account. This is in my small account challenge over with thinkorswim in a cash only account. I used almost all of my buying power and I made over $1 a share with a 5,000 share position, $5,955. So I'll do a separate recap for the thinkorswim small account challenge. It's not going to upload today, but I'll do that soon. But this is where I'm at. So combined $104,000 on the day. So let's talk about the strategy that I'm trading that allowed me to pull that kind of profit out of the market in 3 hours. Step 1 is to find the stock moving. It goes without saying that I'm not going to make money buying and selling something at the same price, right? I need BDRX, and I'll show you the trades on ATNF, and Catalyst is not trade this until actually the first trade. And on this one, as I pulled up the chart, I saw this squeeze and I thought, okay, we're coming up right here. I'm going to watch this pullback. And so I bought this during this dip right down here, and I actually got filled at 1241. 1262 and 1264. I bought 4,500 shares on my first trade. That was on the bottom of this candle right here. So I got in right about there. Now on the 1-minute chart, you might have a hard time understanding that entry. So I'll show you on the 10-second chart to get zoomed in a little bit more. So on the 10-second chart on this, it popped up to 14 right here. It then dipped down right here. And when it dipped down here and bounced off this level and came up right here, I noticed a large buyer at 1220. So when I saw that big buyer at 1220, I pressed the buy button at 1240. So the way I think about it is that if there's a big buyer here at 1220, they're creating support. Because now what I know is that if I want to get out at 1220, I can just sell to that big buyer. So if it's a 10,000 share buyer and I'm only buying 4,500 shares, I can just sell to that person at 1220. So that means with 4,500 shares at a about a 1250 average, I was risking about 30 cents a share, which is $1,200. That was my first trade of the day, $1,200 of risk. I'm in with 4,500 shares. It goes up to a high here of 1329, and then it pushes up to 1379, and I'm up $4,000 on the first trade, over $1 a share, just like that. Boom. So that's $1,300 of risk for $4,500 of profit. That's a 3-to-1 profit to loss ratio. Now, for those of you guys that are newer to trading, I'm going to talk about all of that in quite a bit of detail in my intro to day trading course. So don't worry.
PHUN.
All right, now, and anyways, so this ends up squeezing a little bit higher, goes up to 15, and I keep trading it through this area and end up making about $6,400 on it. So that was good overall. And then as it started to pull back, I was like, I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I know these still have the risk of doing the head and shoulders pattern, right? Dropping back down. So, you know, we'll just see what ends up happening. And it did end up pulling back a little bit later. But the reason this pulled back in part was because there was another stock that came into focus. So all of a sudden we noticed momentum was shifting. Now, if we back out of this for 1 second, I'll move this out of the way and put my slide back up here. So step 3 is our technical analysis. And the skills required to perform your technical analysis, you've got to understand candlestick shapes. You've got to understand candlestick patterns. You've got to understand technical indicators, how to read support and resistance, and how to visualize buy-in stability. Because that may or may not be true. That you've got to have pretty fast right till about 10:30. You want to know what happens to the limit. You got to push to the limit off the top, which means you must reckon about these trades I took today. So ATNF.
Watch the spread.
So we already talked about BDRX. That was the first stock I traded. That gave me my cushion of $6,400. From there, I jumped into STEC. Now, STEC, what I liked about this one was it had made this BDRX, that trade that I took was stock. I've traded this stock before. STEC, where I bought 20,000 on the first trade. This is a smaller position on the first trade because it's the beginning of the move, and I want to be careful we don't get that jack. So that was getting in a letter. Let's see, issues letter to stockholders providing updates. That was at 8 a.m. I didn't open the letter. I didn't read it. All I saw was that we have news at 8 a.m., top of the hour, and this thing is squeezing up. And that really was all I needed to know. Now, from the volume perspective, the volume was light to begin with, but it picked up pretty quickly. So my first entry on this was at
SMR.
Let's see. I bought this at $3.35. So that was getting in right about here, $3.35. It goes up to a high of $3.50. It goes up to $4. It ends up hitting a high of $4.27, or no, let's see, what was the high here? $4.42. So that was a small position. I took 2,500 shares at $3.35. This was not like STEC, where I bought 20,000 on the first trade. This is a smaller position on the first trade because it's the beginning of the move, and I want to be careful we don't get that jackknife reversal like this. So small position, nice trade right there. It drops back down to 350. It comes back up. It dips back down.
I've been receiving checks from Charles Schwab's on a weekly basis. Let me show you. Here are a few of the
down, and then the spot that I'm watching is that $4 level. So it ends up pulling back a little bit more. And then watch this.
Brog.
When it gets back above 350,
GEVO.
It was right around here. All of a sudden, you're going to see this spike. And that's where I got back in. Must have been right about there. So we come back through 350 here. And now I'm back in. We break 350. We come up to 4. And all of a sudden, this was incredible. Look at this move. This is just unbelievable.
GEVO.
Boom. In 2 minutes, it went up over 100%. In
GEVO.
2 minutes. Now, of course, we shouldn't be surprised after the big move on drug yesterday, but
GEVO.
So we had this high, which was like 450. And, you know, I just traded here for the break of 350, got a couple nice trades in this area. And I don't remember how much I was up at that point. I obviously had the 15,000 from these trades. I don't think I hadn't traded VS yet. So I must have been up maybe 18,000, 19,000. Then I was up 20, 22, 25. And then all of a sudden, this thing breaks this level. It squeezes up here to 590. Now, the break of 450 going straight to 590 was awesome. But
GEVO.
look at how it has that topping tail and drops back down. So I was like, I don't know, that might be a problem. But it holds $5. It holds this level. So then off of that level, all of a sudden it's curling. It goes through 550. And now we're back to new highs. 6, 625, 650, 7, 758. And right up here at 8, we had a big seller. So I traded this stretch right up here. I booked my profit. Then it pulls back right here. And the level that I'm watching is $8.
STEC.
Now it comes back up to 8 right here. And I took this trade and I did catch a loss. I think it was a loss right here. We had a double top, I think, right? Yeah, it was a double top. So I think it was right here that I took a loss on it. It drops back down, but then second attempt, it comes up, it goes to 850, it drops down, and now we hold over 8. So this is really the important thing with understanding support and resistance. So $8 was resistance. We had this ascending support line down here. So we break over 8, go to 850, we come back down, but we hold back over 8, and now it's, I mean, this was already game on, that's 100% in 2 minutes, but now it's like, okay, here we go. So we rip up to 950, we pull back.
STEC.
Now I'm just buying the breakouts. We break 950, we go to 10, 1050, we drop back down,
BS.
pull back for a second, we break through the new high. I'm adding for the break of 1050, we go up to 1150, pulls back, then we break 1150, we go up to 12, we break 12, we go up to 13, we break 13, we go up to 14. We hit a high right here of $15.70 a share, and then this was insane. So right here, this was really wild. All of a sudden, I don't even know what happened right here, but it rips up, and I punched the buy button. So I got a little aggressive here. I punched the buy button at 1550, and all of a sudden I thought I was down $1 a share. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And for some reason, I don't know what happened inside my brain, but I thought I was down $1 a share. But actually, I was up $1 a share. It was like instantaneously. And then I was up $2 a share, and it goes all the way to 1850. And then it goes to 1893. And so just in that move right there, that's where I was crossing over $100,000 on the day. So it dips back down. And at the open right here, I bought 7,500 shares at 14. I was looking for the red to green move right here, stopped out at 1220 for a $15,000 loss. Boom, 2 points, 7,500 shares, 15,000 gone. But I thought I was down $1 a share. But actually, I was up $1 a share. It was like instantaneously. And then I was up $2 a share, and it goes all the way to 1850. And then it goes to 1893. And so just in that move right there, that's where I was crossing over $100,000 on the day. So it dips back down.
ATNF.
And at the open right here, I bought 7,500 shares at 14. I was looking for the red to green move right here, stopped out at 1220 for a $15,000 loss.
ATNF.
Boom, 2 points, 7,500 shares, 15,000 gone.
BS.
It comes back up, and I got back in with 7,500 shares, and it does go to 15. So I made back some of the loss, but not all of it, not even close to all of it, because I was scaling out on the move up. It drops again. It comes back up. I try to get back in. It goes a little higher, it drops back down. It goes a little higher, it drops back down. So I end up being basically break even here. And then as it starts to come back down here, I tried to do, I can't remember where this was, somewhere in this area, I tried to do a dip. I don't know if it was here or here, I don't remember. But anyways, I lost on that. It went lower. And then, so I ended up being up about $96,000 on ATNF. Maybe 98,000, maybe 100. I don't think so. I think it was around 98. Anyways, gave back about, 16,000 off the top. Most of it was on that drop, and then I gave back the rest a little bit later. So pushed my luck on ATNF a little bit. But look, again, I took a risk. I traded it, and you can see, where did I lose? Here.
You want us to get filthy rich. I'm like blown away. So it
here, here, and maybe it was here. So, I guess this was the end of the front side of the move right there. And I overtraded the back side a little bit. And it's okay to give back a little profit. Fortunately, I didn't give back too much in percentages.
CONL.
So then that was ATNF. Then we had VS.
Okay.
So VS, this one, I actually lost 8,000 on it on my second trade. So VS, this one was super, super annoying because I saw it right here and I was like, oh boy, here we go. This looks a lot like drug from yesterday, right? That's our pre-market high 650. We're right here. So I actually bought 15,000 shares for the breakthrough 450. And what happens? I got in right here. It goes to 451 and then it flushes down. Boom. Lost $8,000. Unbelievable.
STEC.
Then it rips right back up here to 490.
BSME.
So I got back in 460, 470. I make a little bit coming back up. Now I'm down 5,000 on it. I get in here, it rips up here, it drops down, another jackknife, and it then rallies up here. It halts up. On resumption, I bought at 550. It flushes to 480. I stopped out. Then it rips back up. I'm back in. And, you know, this thing ends up going all the way to $9, and I only made $2,379 bucks on
SMR.
it. This was really tricky for me. I don't know. I just was not doing well on it. I just got stopped out several times, and then I was in the red, and I was kind of dealing with being above and below 100,000 in my big account, and I was trying to do better. And anyways, now some of you will say, Ross, how big is this big account that you speak of? You know, this is $1 million account,
OKLO.
$5 million account. I mean, how much? $100,000. You're up to 100,000 on the day. How much is that really? So let's go ahead and check. So if I go to account summary, so let's see. So my account balance this morning is, and I don't usually keep this window up, but I'll just put it up right here for you. So I came in this morning with $230,000 in buying power. So $230,000 is my balance in the account. This is a retirement account. I have no leverage. So my account is up like 40% today. Tomorrow I'll be at 330, right? 325, whatever, 328. So this is it's not a tiny account by any means, but the account's up 40% in one day. It's a really solid day. And I never maxed my buying power. I did not use all of my buying power. 30,000 shares of STEC at $4 a share. It's like 150 grand. So it's a big position, but it's not using all my buying power. You know, ATNF, again, even 10,000 shares of that at $15 would still be 150 grand. And I don't think I took that kind of size. Although maybe I did. I can't quite recall. But in any case, overall, I used a good amount of buying power today, but I didn't max it out. So I wasn't short on money, which means I could actually probably take out, you know, the $100,000 that I made today, because I didn't really need that buying. I don't need the extra $100,000 in buying power. Now, I could keep it in, and if we continue to see this type of hot momentum, I could just keep increasing my share size. And maybe I should. Maybe I should just do that for, you know, well, we're on day 2 of the hot cycle. So maybe I should, at least until things cool off, really try to extract as much profit as I can from this hot cycle, knowing that the way my equity curve always looks is I'll have these